I welcome you to this exhaustive examination of the multiverse hypothesis in the domain of quantum cosmology, specifically focusing on its lack of observable proof and the resulting implications for scientific methodology. Before we begin, let us carefully define each term in the title. The word multiverse comes from the prefix multi meaning many, and verse, derived from universe, indicating all that exists. Therefore, multiverse logically implies the existence of many universes. The term quantum cosmology denotes the study of the universe through the lens of quantum mechanics. We must pause here to reflect on the richness of these definitions. The multiverse hypothesis encompasses several conceptual categories. Level 1 multiverse, a continuation of space beyond what is observable, containing regions indistinguishable in physical laws but causally disconnected. Level 2 multiverse, arising from chaotic inflation theory, involving universes with differing fundamental constants. Level 3 multiverse, correlating with the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, where each quantum event spawns alternate realities. Level 4 multiverse, the ultimate ensemble of all mathematically possible structures. Let us examine each level with deliberate slowness, ensuring thorough understanding of each subpoint, even when redundant. At this juncture, it is critical to articulate that none of these levels of multiverse possess observable proof. This introduces the pivotal concept of falsifiability as introduced by Sir Karl Popper, wherein a scientific theory must be capable of empirical refutation. Since the multiverse is, by definition, beyond observational capacity, it falls into a category of theories not easily subjected to empirical validation. I will now read directly, without modification, from several journal articles on this point, beginning with Popper's Logic of Scientific Discovery, then moving to Tegmark 2003, and concluding with Carr 2007. This leads us to the inevitable philosophical debates. Does the multiverse hypothesis belong within the canon of science? Or is it, perhaps, merely metaphysical speculation masquerading as physics? We must also consider Gödel's incompleteness theorems at this point, as they tangentially relate to the limits of formal systems and may, in some way, inform our understanding of multiverse propositions. Finally, I would like to present a bibliography containing 127 references for further reading, none of which I will summarize here, as I believe the titles themselves convey sufficient information. Let us now consider the mathematical formulations that support the multiverse hypothesis, though, as stated previously, none of these are testable. We begin with the Hilbert space formalism applied to an infinite-dimensional quantum state function describing the totality of possible universes. The notion of a plurality of worlds can be traced not only to modern cosmology but to ancient atomists such as Democritus and Epicurus. Let me read an extended quote in translation, with commentary in between. There are infinite worlds both like and unlike this world of ours. Now reflect upon the implications of the phrase both like and unlike. It demonstrates an early conceptualization of what we now term Level 1 and Level 2 multiverse structures. Proceeding further, we find in Giordano Bruno's writings, innumerable suns exist. Innumerable Earths revolve about these suns. We shall pause here to consider the theological consequences, though these have no bearing on observable physics. At this point, I must address the meta-level discourse, namely, the debate about whether the debate on multiverses constitutes a legitimate scientific endeavor. Some posit that arguing over untestable hypotheses wastes resources. Others posit that conceptual exploration is itself valuable regardless of empirical consequence. In conclusion, we have journeyed at great length through the intricacies of a hypothesis with no evidence and explored both its mathematical grandeur and its observational emptiness. I encourage you to reflect further on this subject independently. Thank you.